You can't tell me you all love matcha. Are you guys pretending to like it, or do you actually like the matcha? Hello my angels, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, I'm Chelsea, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the performative male. What is the performative male? Now, you've probably seen him with his matcha in hand, tote bag in another, and maybe the perfectly oversized pair of jeans, some toe shoes perhaps, maybe his crop top with his belly button sticking out. He's stylish, he's progressive, and maybe a little bit mysterious. And whether you realize it or not, he's performing. Today we're talking about the soft performative male and what it is, why it's trending, and where it's going next. I would define the performative male as a man who constantly curates how his masculinity is perceived, tailoring it to an audience. The soft version is normally like the masculinity that isn't about flexing muscles, just being. It's almost kind of performance, but it's meant to look normal, natural. You probably see him in a cafe reading his favorite feminist book, and it's supposed to seem very natural. At the same time, it's performing and they're aware of it, so much so they self-depreciate a ton. And I find it very, very, very funny. I think the reason why it's trending is because it's new, it's fresh, and it's out of the norm. And usually anything that's out of the norm tends to trend. TikTok likes things that are out of the ordinary. People who just dress up in their regular normal clothes don't get viral on TikTok overnight. That's just not how the internet works. It's almost like these men project emotional depth and progressive values and an artsy, non-threatening vibe, especially in a world full of women going through their I hate men phase.
Ironically, a huge Claro fan. Period cramps. Oh! I don't, but we could go back to my place.
I just get so mad when I think about
24 karat
They dress up in this way that appeals to women, that supports a lot of views that women support, and seems calm, seems regular. It's definitely something that a woman will bat an eye to and be like, oh my god, who's that guy? I've read that book before. Oh my goodness, he likes matcha and his outfit is cute. Yes, that type of vibe. In history, I think it's one of the first times when we're actually seeing men in a fashion trend trying to appeal to women. It's always sort of the other way around. I saw a comment saying that this trend is popular for men and not for women, seeing that the performative female is not a thing that's trending because women perform all the time. I would like to think of it this way. It's like for the first time in a while, men are actually trying to appeal to women. We always see women dressing for the male gaze, or not dressing for the male gaze. And sometimes people will argue not dressing for the male gaze is dressing up in a way that still puts men in the center of it. So you're still kind of dressing for the male gaze while not dressing for the male gaze at the same time. So it's all these things about women wearing makeup, trying to look good for guys, trying to do this for guys, none of that for this, for anything for men. And now it's kind of turned around, and I think it's kind of a fresh and fun way to look at things, especially through a female perspective. I quite like the drama of it all. I'm kind of that girl, the fashion drama. Back in the time when the girls would literally put on a drama show, everything was so natural looking. People didn't seem like they tried. They tried really hard, but they didn't want to make it seem like they actually did, which I think I'm here for it. I think it also makes sense, the sequence, because it coming from a Andrew Tate kind of macho man kind of vibe to the sassy man apocalypse. All of the guys were, sassy, period, and stuff. That was so weird. But now getting into the performative male, it kind of aligns in that sense that guys are trying to kind of break out of the box. They're coming out of the box in a sense, they're doing all these things, sticking a labubu on their bag, on their jeans, it's all very, very new. We've not seen guys do this. Not many people do this in that sense. And platforms like TikTok and Instagram kind of reward this look, this aesthetic, the baggy jeans, the indie coffee shops, the niche literature and photographs that look beautiful yet so candid, and they communicate the certain worldview. For certain audiences, this aesthetic kind of says, I'm safe, I'm thoughtful, and I'm not gonna mansplain a favorite author to you. It's just kind of this chill strategy. It's both a dating strategy and also like a personal brand. And also just one big joke. I love seeing the comments on it. Like, men self-depreciate quite a lot. It's almost like they're making fun of it themselves so other people don't make fun of it. If you get what I mean. It's like, you know when you don't want to be bullied, so you become a bully? Maybe that's not the best type example to use. Like, that type of energy. Like, they're mean to themselves, which is like, wow, kind of, you know, like, it's funny. I mean, I've heard men like to self-depreciate in a sense that it motivates them. One, also gives them the comfort of knowing that they're never going to have to suffer from backlash from people because they're backlashing in themselves. I think this trend in the future is going to amplify. Like, you start seeing like men kind of like blurring the gender lines in fashion, like with the skirts and the sneakers and the pearl necklaces and crochet tops and little trinkets on their bags, and men with tote bags and men wearing actual handbags is also something that's also happening, which I'm totally here for. I saw A$AP Rocky rocking this big tote bag, this huge bag, and I was just like, I love it. I mean, and it makes more sense. Like, they can't fit certain things in certain bags. I'm not here for the backpacks. I can't say I'm on board, but I also do get the logic behind the big backpacks and the big tote bags. I see it. And I think brands are obviously going to try to monetize this. It's already happening. In Malaysia, matcha stores are running out of matcha because of the demand, which I have to say is quite a shock. As much as it's a performance, come on now, you can't tell me you all love matcha. I mean, what happened to having personal taste? I think I'm okay with everything except the matcha part. Like, are you guys pretending to like it, or do you actually like the matcha? I really hated matcha in the beginning. It tastes like sand, tastes like grass, tastes like licking the grass from the floor, it tastes like soil. And then I tried it from a different place. It was so smooth, and I was like, oh, I like this creamy, nutty texture. And then I tried another place, and it tasted bad. So I don't know what my stance is on matcha, but so far I've had it in 3 places, and they were really good. And some were just really, really bad, like really, really, really bad. So I don't know, maybe the quality of the matcha depends on the quality of the matcha, but I find it hard to believe that y'all just all love matcha. And I think that's just something that I'm finding really hard to believe. And I think like these matcha brands are also going to monetize this, doing like high-end matcha collaborations or like sustainable clothing lines, sustainable, and like book subscriptions, and like marketing for men who think differently than regular men. And it's kind of going in that direction, while on the same time I think it kind of will get them a little bit more backlash in the future, seeing that we always like something for 15 seconds, and then when we sit back and look at it for too long, we start hating it. And I think that's what social media and being online has done to us, to the point where it's all cute and fun now. When we look back at this, like in a few years or maybe in a few months, we'll be like, ew, why did we do that? That was disgusting. Like, why did we do this? This is horrible. Like, why? So I think in that same sense, it will kind of get backlash. It's not going to age extremely well, in my opinion. They're going to keep performing, and then the people who actually embody this aesthetic will remain, and I guess the performers will kind of be out. But I do love the memes. I love the memes. I love it. I also think that it's kind of like a step forward in a sense where men are actually performing for women and not the other way around. And I kind of like to sit down and enjoy it. I think I'm really gonna take my time. And in a sense, we are all performing. I'm performing right now. you were performing just now. And it's all the same thing, in the same sense that we all have friends, but we're different people with our friends, a different aesthetic, a different person. You stick to the aesthetic that brings out the best person in you, and that's how I'd like to view it. I, of course, love the drama. I love the fashion. I love the softer male perspective as well. I think two things can be true at once, where it's like, it's performing, it's fun and everything, and also another way it's just like, you know? But I also think that authenticity is something that disappears with such aesthetics. In a way, you require certain things or attributes to make you fashionable. That's no longer fashion. Like, you're no longer fashionable if you need certain attributes or like things to check out of a box, like matcha, tote bag, baggy jeans, big chunky sneakers, belts, trinkets, labubus. All these things you need to add up and check up for you to reach this certain aesthetic or this certain fashion. Then that stops being fashionable altogether. It kind of takes out all of the sweetness from the fruit, if that makes sense. But yeah, and I think let's just all be okay with not being authentic. I think maybe authenticity is a friend we made on the way. I think just forget about it, because the moment when you think something looks good and you post it on social media, TikTok and all of these social media platforms start recommending things that look exactly like that, or even something that aligns with that. So your idea of uniqueness is getting blurred along the way, and it kind of gets extreme. It just keeps getting more extreme as time passes. So it's not exactly authentic, which is okay, because yes, do the show, perform for me, I like it, you know, let's keep doing it. And it's honestly really, really funny. But that's all I have for this video. What do you guys think about this new TikTok persona? I'm not really on TikTok like that, but I keep seeing this topic being recommended to me, and I couldn't help but log in, because men rarely go viral for things like fashion and how they dress and all these things. So I was like really intrigued to tap into it. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I love you. Mwah. Bye, my angel.